Good evening, folks. It was a nice day on the Great Plains, 50-ish. Sun was out, no clouds really to speak of, maybe a few, but not bad. I didn't wake up till 2 p.m., didn't go to bed till 6 a.m. I think that's the diplomat, or maybe the country gentleman. And it is Delta Mojo, a gift from Hobby Piper. Good stuff. Smoky. Still trying to determine the flavor profile I'm getting from it. Miller Genuine Draft. Anyway, last night I stayed up late watching Star Trek Enterprise because I'm a nerd. I've still got weird mental problems with the second shift time frame. My biggest challenge is if I was working a normal job on the first shift schedule and I would go to bed at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and I'd get up at 5 in the morning, go to work at 6, get off at 3:30, 2:30, 3:30, whenever. Go home, spend my 80 hours, go to bed, do the same thing. And on a Saturday or Sunday, I'd stay up late, or Friday or Saturday, I'd stay up late until, midnight, 1, 2 in the morning, sleep until 8 or 9 in the morning, Now that I'm on second, I usually try to stay up till about 3:30 or so in the morning, get up around 11:30 in the morning, and get stuff done before I go to work. So, on my weekends, so staying up late on a weekends, like you would if you was working first shift, staying up late is at 5 in the morning and sleeping until 2 in the morning, or 6 in the morning, sleeping until 2 in the afternoon. Of course, the time change doesn't help because now it's dark at 5 o'clock at night, 5:30. The sun, it's dark right now. It's a little bit before 6, maybe a little bit after 6 right now. Where it would used to be just starting to get dark 2 weeks ago. So it's a weird confluence of time, I guess you'd say. I'm going to be up until 3 or 4 tonight. I'll go to bed and wake up at 11:30, 12 tomorrow morning, or tomorrow. Go to work and repeat my week. And then next weekend, I'll do the same thing. Another thing that I'm kind of weirded out about is that, come Sunday afternoon, Sunday nights, if I stay in, like yesterday, my mother and I went out to lunch, or dinner, went out about 5:30. Dinner, did some shopping, got some stuff for her done and all that. Had a good time. Had some catfish. Love catfish. And so I'm wondering if I take a day off and do absolutely nothing, and like today, where I watched a little bit of football, watched the race, Gonna watch a little bit of football tonight, some Star Trek. I'm cooking one of those heat and serve lasagnas. Why does someone feel guilty after spending a day of doing nothing but what you want to do and not doing anything productive really? Why do you feel guilty about that when your whole plan was to set out to do nothing all day? Maybe I'm overthinking it, but it just seems weird to me that, I feel guilty for sleeping in till 2 p.m., but if I was working first shift and got up at 9 a.m., it would have been almost the same thing, except I would have had all the daylight hours to do something if I wanted to. What I would end up doing was probably watching football, Star Trek, and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't know if it's a matter of time management. And I don't think that's it. Maybe it's a lack of other outside hobbies, maybe. I mean, maybe I need to. Well, when it comes to outside hobbies, I like to smoke my pipe and I like to have beers. But if I go out to have beers, go out to a brewery or to a bar or something, then I'm spending money in excess where I don't need to spend money in excess. Maybe it's the lack of having a significant other or children. Maybe that's it. I don't have a wife or a kid or a girlfriend even. My niece is with her mother on the weekends. So I don't know why I feel like I've let myself down when I've done nothing on a Sunday all day long. But I've set out from last night, before I even started my binge watching of Star Trek, to do nothing all day. It's weird. It's a mental thing. This is good stuff. I'm getting chocolate notes off of it, I think. Yeah, chocolate. It's good stuff. Well, we might work something else out, Hobby, to send me a big bag of this stuff. So, enough with the time and me feel like I've wasted a day. And when in actuality I probably haven't, or maybe I have. So tonight I'm cooking a lasagna, one of those heat and bake ones. Last night Mother and I went out and she had barbecue and I had fried catfish, which was delicious. Love some good fried catfish. I kind of wish it was more pan fried than deep fried. Excuse me. But it is what it is, and it was good. It was tasty. Been watching a lot of MASH this weekend, Veterans Day weekend. For all of our vets out there, thank you very much for your service. Today I'm wearing my Mid-American Air Museum in Liberal, Kansas. It has a picture of a bomber on it. I believe that's a B-17. I could be wrong. My sister and brother-in-law used to live in Liberal. I went out there one weekend years ago, and we went to the museum, and the kids were young. My niece and nephew. I'm going to say about 12 and 8. No, she's 5 years younger than him, so 12 and 6 maybe. Somewhere around there, that age. And I told him right from the beginning, it's like, Uncle Dane likes museums for what museums are. I'm going to go through and I'm going to look at stuff slowly. And you guys are going to get real bored. Had a good time. It was a good time out there. But I've been watching MASH. Most of the later series. After Wayne Rogers left and Mike Farrell came on and Larry Linville left and David Ogden Stiers came on. If you will, the preachy time frame where had funny moments, but it was more of a dramatic story. I prefer the first 2 or 3 seasons, maybe 4 seasons of it. Of course, like I said, I've been watching Star Trek. It was great. Enterprise. I'm watching Star Trek Enterprise, and then I'm going to move to the original series, and then Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager. I still can't justify giving CBS All Access $6 a month just to watch one show. And I've read things on Reddit and Facebook and so on that it's a real mess to try to cancel. So I mean, I could pay for it, binge watch it all in one weekend, and then cancel it. But they say no matter what, you're going to get screwed for 2 months at least. Doing 2 Thanksgivings this year. One in Augusta with my cousin and aunts and uncles, and then my brother-in-law's folks are having me out to their house, and my mother and sister out to their house on Thanksgiving night. So Thanksgiving Day in Augusta, Thanksgiving night in Goddard, and Wichita is right in between. So about 14 miles to the east and about 3 miles to the west of where I live at. Oh, sorry, my nose is going crazy. I'm using that awesome tamper Javi made for me. I got another one that looks more like a chessman, but this is just the one I grabbed at the moment. Boy, this is good stuff, Javi. So, anyway, I'm going to close it up. If any of you has worked second shift and may have had this so-called dilemma, if you will, let me know. Let me know what you guys do on your second shift schedules. If you guys like Star Trek, let me know. I always like to talk a little Star Trek. If you guys like football and NASCAR, let me know. I'm willing to talk to anybody about anything. So, anyway, I'm going to try to make another one tomorrow before I go to work, or maybe after I get back home. So, remember, like I ended always, as Papa always says, I am what I am.